Poštovani gledaoci, dobar dan. Sa nama je Pasha Parfeni koji se ponovo prijavio na nacionalni izbor za pesmu Eurovizije ovog puta 2023. sa pesmom Soarele si Luna i on je već predstavljao Moldaviju na Euroviziji 2012. sa pesmom Lauter. Hello Pasha, did I pronounce name of your song correctly?
More than this, what I noticed when you said Soarele, you said something. So the name of the song, you said it in Serbian. You translated it.
Actually,
or
not.
You said that in English?
I said it the way I read it because I'm not so keen on Romanian. I don't know that language, so yeah.
Yeah, it was very pretty close to how it sounds in Romanian. It sounds like Soarele și Luna, and it means sun and moon. The sun and the moon.
Yeah, I know that Luna part, but the sun was not familiar to me. How are you? How are you doing? You're preparing, I guess, for national selection.
Yes, more than this, me and my team are right now preparing the video clip. We do video clip this weekend, and the director of my this clip and of my show in national pre-selection, hopefully for a great final, is from Ukraine. The guy from Ukraine, Max, his name is Max Pasyuk, and he was part of the team of the Kalosh Orchestra of last year. He's my old friend.
You will maybe have a winning recipe.
Some kind of, yeah, you're right. Maybe he knows some secrets. But
so
we know each other more than 11 years. So we participated together at Eurovision Song Contest in 2012 when I have been in Azerbaijan with Lautar, with this song Lautar.
Yeah, we all know that song, and that was actually my next question. You really made Europe dance to Lautar. You closed the grand final of Eurovision 2012 in Baku. You managed to finish in the 11th place, and fans remember you because Moldova, that's a Moldovan sound. That's something we like to hear every year on Eurovision. What are your memories from that period 11 years after?
So I want to say that 11 years ago, I guess I was too childish, too naive, and and right now I feel much more confident in what I do. You know, when I was 25, it was for me everything was very surprising and very stressful. But now I hope it will be a process with a lot of pleasure and leisure.
And about that, the thing about this year's national selection in Moldova is very interesting because your main rivals will actually be the guys that you collaborated with, Sunstroke Project and Aliona Moon. You tried to go to Eurovision with Sunstroke Project in 2009, and you went to Eurovision with Aliona Moon both in 2012 and 2013. Did you talk to them about that maybe?
Yes, somehow we've met with Sunstroke Project in Barcelona. We sang together for Eurovision community there. I mean, in December last year, we showed each other our songs, and you know, we managed to preserve our friendship even in such a rivalry as a Eurovision contest, and I hope that it will be it will last more and more, a lot of time. I mean, this mood of festival, maybe not contest but festival, good songs, good mood, no concurrence. I would not like to feel like with them like concurrents, like rivals.
The thing is that whatever happens, we should enjoy in all of the songs that we like because of the songs. It's everything. Songs stay there, so that's.
That's why we decided to be a musician, because it's a lot of pleasure, and let's not forget it. Let's don't forget it.
And you tried also to go to Eurovision 3 years in that COVID year with my Wine song, and it's really catchy song. You didn't manage to win the national selection. You came second. And how did you catch up with all of the new things that COVID brought to us in last couple of years? It was quite tough time for art industry.
You know, I had tough times before COVID as well, because it was an oligarchic period in Moldova. It's part of a bit of politics in our interview. One bad guy, he concentrated a lot of power here in Moldova. And in 6 years ago, I was invited in our anniversary, national 25th anniversary of Republic of Moldova, and I decided somehow to make a stance. So I took off my shirt, and it was hashtag on my t-shirt, hashtag no plaha. So it was my stance for his politics. And fortunately, he was wrong in all he did. And right now he's abroad. So he left like the country. So civic society won, and I won. And that's why COVID for me was like a part of a big show, a part of my long story with not so important, not with so happy ending, because my father died last year because of COVID.
Yes, so definitely you had the tough years in general, and before COVID, and even though after. So I hope that you will find power to come up with to help to let music help heal you, and and we're all with you, all Eurovision community, of course.
Thank you.
So about that, musicians always came, and musicians were actually all the time through history the voice of the people. We all remember Woodstock, we remember Live Aid and everything. So how do you think Eurovision is going to give some message to people in these circumstances that are happening in the last couple of years with COVID, with politics and everything? How do you think that it will settle up?
Nice question, because you're right. We go through very difficult period. We are neighbors with Ukraine, and we have a lot of solidarity with Ukrainian people. That's why I decided to cooperate with him from Ukraine. You know, and I hope that Eurovision contest will be a part of, like, happy part of our life of this year. You know, like a part after like you go to a bar after your job. You know, to a pub to drink for a drink. Why we don't how to say, proceed Eurovision like such an event? You know, it's a lot of fun. I hope it will be a lot of fun and a lot of relax for all the participants and our public as well.
I really hope as well. But let's talk about your song, and it's something a bit different from you, I have to say, especially because you sing in native language. All of your songs until now were in English. So can you tell us something about the song and about the story behind it, maybe?
Yeah, sure. So if you noticed, maybe you noticed before, it is typical for me to use folk elements, folk melodies, and folk instruments in my songs. This year we decided to go further. We decided to use our own language, Romanian. So we and my wife actually composed the lyrics, wrote the lyrics, Juliana. And she was the first who wrote the lyrics. Basically, we do vice versa. I do a melody, I do a song, and after that she writes the lyrics.
But it was opposite now.
Yeah, opposite now, vice versa. Yeah, opposite. And this actually the idea of this song is has a lot of mystic inside.
I felt it.
And magic, even in melody, even in production. I mean, and in the lyrics as well, because it's somehow of my personage, my character addresses a message to a forest. He speaks to forest, with forest. He speaks with the river. He speaks and he tells his story about his fiancée and how he got her and what she said to him, and in background of these lyrics stays our folk motifs. We have a very old, very ballads of our national heroes and national how to say, fairy tales, said fairy tales, but it's part of Miorica. Yes, somehow we used this this way in our song as well, some elements of this folk metaphoric elements, even in the words and in the melody as well.
So that's something that actually very similar stories I have heard from former Moldovan musicians that I talked about, that you really respect your legends, your mythology and everything. So I guess that's why should we all so many nice hits with the folk elements on Eurovision. But I have to ask you one question about your country in general on Eurovision. Yeah. Are you alchemists or what? I mean, you always make really good results. Every year you come to Eurovision and it's like top 10, top 5, and you really have great results. Last year we saw Zdobsi coming second with the public. What is the secret?
Yeah, we like to dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like to dance. We like to party. Yeah. That's why. And yeah, you're right. We are witches and magicians here. A lot of people. Just come and see. Come in Chisinau. Come in our capital. Yeah, and you see.
My profession is I'm tour guide, so it's very probable to happen in some future, maybe Chisinau and all of Moldovan landscape.
Cool. Yeah, it will be cool if you can.
Yeah, some of our tourist agencies even had Chisinau for New Year, and that's really not mainstream. And dear Pasha, for the end of our interview, can you tell us something more about your future plans after all of these Eurovision things come to an end?
Maybe you've noticed in this song, in Soarele și Luna, the Sun and the Moon song, we use techno elements. So we used that's the style that I decided to embrace in my future career and my future songs, melodies. So I have a couple of the songs that I would like to release after let's say after the big final, okay?
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm pretty happy now. I would like to be to all my big family. On my big family, I mean all my friends and my relatives will be fine. And that's a plan, you know. That's a plan.
That's most important plan.
Yeah, to build a very healthy relationship with all my people around, and to make a good music, good dance music with so I immigrate in techno.
So definitely techno party is something new that we will see from you in the future.
Yeah, hopefully.
I hope to see you maybe at some gig in Serbia, maybe in the upcoming years, months, or whatever.
Would be great, yeah, for sure. I don't know. Do you have a pre-parties before Eurovision?
Well, we don't have pre-parties, but who knows? Maybe in the next couple of years that will change. I would really like to have pre-party in Serbia. Who knows? Maybe it will happen, maybe not. But anyway, we really like Moldovan music on Eurovision, especially last year, for example, Serbia gave 12 points to Moldova on televote. So I think that's something very likely to repeat if we have another jolly dancing music on the stage.
Oh, yeah, nice. It will be nice. It will be nice. So let's wish each other to meet in Liverpool. I would like to meet you in Liverpool, and let's talk there.
Yeah, that would be nice to repeat this interview in live version.
Yeah, absolutely sure. And drink with some ale and fish and chips, what they have.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe some wine. I don't know what they have in. Yeah, it's not no wine. It's not Italy. Last year
we can bring some wine from here.
Yeah.
Around.
Dear Pasha, thanks a lot for this nice talk, and I wish you all the best, both personally, musically, and in all of live segments. And let's see what will happen on your national selection.
Thank you, Daniel. It was nice to meet you, and I wish you a perfect evening. See each other in Liverpool.
That's mutual wish. Poštovani gledaoci, to bi bilo to od našeg Paše Parfanija koji je predstavljao već jednom Moldaviju. Vidjet ćemo hoće li uspeti opet to da uradi. To bi bilo to. Pozdrav.